MSA Sports. Enter your PIN number. PIN number 2016 is for broadcast Lake Erie Crushers at Wasington Wild Things. Press 1 to start broadcasting. If your broadcast has started, waiting momentarily for your streaming to start.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Washington, Pennsylvania, as tonight your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers play Game 2 of this three-game series. Hello, everyone. I'm Zach Ziegler from Consol Energy Park, bringing you Washington Wild Things action today and all season long throughout the 2016 season. You're listening to the Washington Wild Things pregame show. Got a lot coming up for you. I'm going to give a full recap of that wild 13-inning affair last night with the Lake Erie Crushers. Sadly, the Wild Things dropping that one 9-6 in 13 innings. Also going to take a look at the lineup today. First pitch, the matchup, and it's all coming up right here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show. We're going to take a quick break here. We want to remind you this broadcast brought to you by Consol Energy, Bethany College, and True Par America. Keep it tuned right here. You're listening to the Washington Wild Things pregame show on the MSA Sports Network.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show from Consol Energy Park. I'm Zach Ziegler, taking you through the entire Washington Wild Things 2016 season. Now, last night, a bit of a wild game for your Washington Wild Things. Went 13 innings with these Lake Erie Crushers. And through the first 9, neither offense could score any runs. It was 1-1. After 9 innings of play, the Washington Wild Things got their first run in the third inning of this one after Alex McKeon led off the inning with a single. Then a John Zizniewski ground out moved him to second base, and Jamal Austin came through with the RBI single to give the Wild Things an early 1-0 lead. The Lake Erie Crushers will respond in the fourth inning as William Beckwith, who entered the game only hitting 184, hit his first home run of the 2016 season, part of a big day for Beckwith against the Washington Wild Things. Then the score stayed 1-1 through 9 innings. And then even in the 10th inning, neither team was able to score. The 11th inning is when the run onslaught started. It started in the 11th inning when the Lake Erie Crushers got one run in the top of the 11th on a Max Casper RBI single. At that point, made the score 2-1 Lake Erie. Then, in the bottom half of the 11th inning, the Wild Things responded right back. An RBI single by Jamal Austin tied the score at 2. Then a big inning for the Lake Erie Crushers in the 12th inning. They scored 4 runs in the inning to take a 6-2 lead over your Washington Wild Things. And it all came with 2 outs. An intentional walk to William Beckwith gave the Crushers runners at first and third. Then Juan Avila singled, Daniel Aldrich singled, a walk to Parker Norris, a force out by Max Casper, scoring 4 runs for the Lake Erie Crushers, at that point making it 6-2. However, the Washington Wild Things wouldn't be stopped in their comeback as they responded with 4 runs of their own in the bottom of the 12th. Things started off in that inning with a strikeout by Dave Popkins and Andrew Heck, an RBI triple to score the first run of the 12th inning, because in extra innings here in the Frontier League, you start with a man at second base to try to get the game to go along a little bit quicker. So they scored that first run on the RBI triple. Then Ricky Rodriguez was hit by a pitch, and Grant Fink doubled in Andrew Heck. That made the score 6-4. John Zizniewski added an RBI single for 6-5, a walk to Jamal Austin, and a walk to Austin Wobrock walked in the 6th run of the game. So it was 6-6 in the 12th, and then the Wild Things started to fall apart in the 13th. 3 more runs coming in for the Lake Erie Crushers. Washington just couldn't respond as the 9-6 lead was too much for the Wild Things to overcome. They went 1-2-3 in the 13th, and that is how the Wild affair ended. So a long game last night for the Wild Things, trying to come back tonight and get the win in Game 2 of this 3-game series with the Lake Erie Crushers. We're going to take another break here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show. When we come back, we're going to look at the Frontier League standings here early on in the 2016 season and see how everyone's doing around the league. We're also going to take a look at tonight's 3 keys, the lineup, the first pitch, the pitching matchup. It's all coming right here on the Washington Wild Things coverage on MSASports.net.
Exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show, getting you ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series between your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Last night, a wild 13-inning affair, 9-6. The Wild Things lost, but they're looking to rebound tonight on this cloudy, wet day in Washington, PA. However, we have the all-turf field, so rain, not that much of a problem unless we get a torrential downpour, so we'll see how long we're going to play baseball. We're going to go to the national anthem here from Consol Energy Park, means we're going to step aside. Keep it tuned right here to the MSA Sports Network for the Washington Wild Things pregame show.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School, lead don't follow.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the Washington Wild Things pregame show, getting you ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series between your Washington Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Wild Things out there on the field now is starting pitcher Matt Frodden. throwing his warm-up tosses for the Wild Things. We'll get to him here in a second, but first a look at the starting lineup for the Lake Erie Crushers. They come into this game with a record of 6-0. They lead off with their center fielder, Connor Oliver. Batting second, the designated hitter, Parker Norris. In the number 3 hole behind the plate, Jose Barraza. Batting fourth, the first baseman, William Beckwith. Batting fifth at third base, Juan Avila. Batting sixth in right field, Daniel Aldrich. Batting seventh, and playing at second base will be Brendan Constantino. In the 8 hole, the left fielder Parks Jordan. And batting ninth at shortstop will be Max Casper. As we said, on the hill for your Washington Wild Things will be Matt Frauden. Frauden has appeared in a game this year. It was not a start, however. He appeared against Joliet through 2 2/3 innings. Didn't give up a run on 2 hits, walked 3, and struck out 1. So yet to have an ERA. Frauden making his first start for your Washington Wild Things. Wild Things on the field, their white home jerseys with the white pants. Lake Erie comes out, their red away jerseys with the white lettering and gray road pants. And keys to victory for the Wild Things tonight, got to play good defense. We saw it last night. When this defense is on fire, this Wild Things team is good. A lot of these Wild Things pitchers like to pitch to contact, so the ball will be put in play quite a few times tonight. So that defense is going to be relied on again to shut down any ball that's put in play. And offensively, just get hits, get on base, and allow opportunities for men to drive in runs. With Jamal Austin and Austin Wobrock at the top of the lineup, if they can set things up, the middle of this order very capable of driving in runs for the Wild Things. Just about ready for baseball here in the top of the first inning as Connor Oliver steps in for the Lake Erie Crushers. Oliver on the season hitting .304, no homers, 2 RBIs. Going to take a look at the outfield alignment for the Wild Things. Outfield left to right, Heck, Austin, and Popkins. The left side of the infield, Rodriguez and Wobrock. Right side, Fox and Yezo. And it'll be Alex McKeon behind the plate. The first pitch is a fly ball to left field. Andrew Heck going over, and he will camp under it and make the catch. That's out number 1 quickly here in the top of the first. First pitch tonight thrown at 7:15. First pitch time is brought to you by State Line Grocery and Hotspot. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Parker Norris. Norris comes into this game hitting .333, no homers, 5 RBIs. 8th game of the season for your Washington Wild Things to come in with a record of 3-4. Frauden looks into McKeon. He's setting the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Frauden retired the first man on 1 pitch. He'd like to keep his at-bats that efficient all night. The 0-1. And that's a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. 1 out, top first. Game just underway. No score. Frauden's 0-2. And this one's fouled off. Count sticks at no balls, 2 strikes. As we said last night, a wild affair between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers, going 13 innings to decide a winner. Frauden set the 0-2. And called strike 3. He strikes him out. The first K of the day for Matt Frauden, and there are 2 away here in the top of the first. Getting that pitch just at the knees of Parker Norris, the designated hitter. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jose Barraza. Barraza enters today hitting .320, no homers, 6 RBIs. The left-handed hitter hitting catcher versus the right-hander Frauden. Frauden on the hill, 6'5", 220 pounds, a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania resident. Frauden stares in, he's setting the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score between the Crushers and your Wild Things. Frauden looks in, he's setting the 1-0. And that's a called strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Little cloudy day here at Consol Energy Park. We've had some rain move in on and off throughout the day. So the field's a little wet out there as the 1-1's low, ball 2. Hoping that we don't run into any rain delays today and that we can get some baseball in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the first. No score between your Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Frauden setting the 2-1. And this ball hit the center field. Jamal Austin going back on it. He's at the track, he's at the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. Or no, it's out. Gone. Home run. So Lake Erie scores their first run here in the bottom of the first. And the Wild Things down 1-0 early on. Thought that ball hit off the top of the wall out there, but it hit just above the line, the yellow line out there in left center. So it's gone, and Lake Erie takes the early lead. That'll bring up the first baseman, William Beckwith. Beckwith, a thorn in the Wild Things side last night. Going 4 for 6. 4 hits on the night, looking to duplicate that tonight. Came into the series hitting 184, Fraud and set in the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 run in the inning on the Jose Barraza home run. For Barraza, that was his first home run of the 2016 season. Fraud and set in the 1-0. And that's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, 2 outs, top of the first. Lake Erie leads 1-0 over your Wild Things. Fraudin has his sign. He's set in the 1-1. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Fraudin, a returner to these Washington Wild Things here, making his second appearance, his first start of the 2016 season. He's set in the 2-1. Swung on and fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now that home run by Barraza, not necessarily a bad pitch by Fraudin as he left it on the outside corner. Barraza just went with it and got a lot of power under it and got it over the yellow line in the outfield. Fraudin looks in the 2-2. And that's inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the first. 1-0, Lake Erie leads. Fraudin looks into McKeon, has his sign. He's set in the 3-2. And that's low, ball 4. So 2-out base runner here for the Lake Erie Crushers, and that brings up the third baseman, Juan Avila. Avila comes into this game hitting .308, 1 homer, 4 RBIs. However, last night, Avila not much of a factor on the offensive side, only 1 for 6. Just 1 hit in that 13-inning affair. He did score a run in the 13th. Righty on righty as Fraudin faces Avila. He's set, checks Beckwith at first, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, top of the first. Lake Erie leads 1-0 over your Washington Wild Things. Fraudin set, and the 0-1 coming. This one shot foul, count goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fraudin looking to shake off that home run and get out of this inning. Fraudin set and the 0-2 coming. And swing and a miss, he strikes him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning, but a run does come in on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. After half inning of play, the score, Lake Erie 1, your Washington Wild Things 0. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Association and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call Progress today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. Progress, first in turf.
We're back here in the bottom of the first inning. Wild Things down early, 1-0, as Jose Barraza hit his first home run of the year for the Lake Erie Crushers, gives them the early 1-0 lead. Going to take a look at the lineup for your Washington Wild Things. They'll lead off with their center fielder, Jamal Austin. Hitting second, the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. In the 3-hole at third base, Ricky Rodriguez. The cleanup man, the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Jimmy Yezzo. In the 6-hole in left field, Andrew Heck. Batting seventh at first base will be Scott Carcasey. Hitting eighth and behind the plate, Alex McKeon. And batting ninth at second base will be Justin Fox. And on the mound for the Lake Erie Crushers today will be Stephen Hagan. Hagan enters this game. No record on the year, 2.25 ERA. 2 games, he's made 1 start on the year. Gave up 2 runs, 1 earned, 8 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. So the Wild Things be tasked with facing Hagen. Going to take a look at the defensive alignment for the Lake Erie Crushers. Outfield left to right will be Jordan, Oliver, and Aldrich. The left side of the infield held down by Avila and Casper. The right side by Constantino and Beckwith. And behind the plate is Jose Barraza. Jamal Austin steps in, and we are ready to start baseball in the home half of the first inning with the Wild Things down 1-0. Austin enters this game hitting .286, no homers, 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Hagen. And it's a called strike, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Hagen's 0-1 is popped up just beyond shortstop. Out goes Casper, calling everyone off, and he makes the catch, out number 1. One away here in the bottom of the first. Bring up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Wobrock enters today hitting .222, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Hitting the 2 double plays in last night's loss as he looks to rebound at the plate tonight. Hit his home run in Game 3 of the 3-game series at Gateway. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, 1 out. Bottom of the first, 1-0. Lake Erie leads. The 0-1. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hagen looks in, has his sign, kicks and deals. Swung on a miss by Wobrock. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fooled on that one is nice sinker there from Hagen. Drops right out of the zone. A decent crowd here at Consol Energy Park on a rainy Saturday night. The pitch, and this one's fouled away. Count stays 1-2. As we said, we've had rain on and off all day throughout the western Pennsylvania region. Right now, it seems to be clear out there. Hagen set the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to the Wild Things shortstop. Hagen looks in, he set the 2-2. That's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ricky Rodriguez, the third baseman, on deck. Hagen's 3-2. And this one lined into left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. So the Wild Things have a 1-out base runner. Wobrock a wide turnaround first, but he'll go back. So runner at first here with 1 out, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez playing in his second game of the 2016 season, as he came off the disabled list yesterday. In yesterday's game, Rodriguez, 1 hit and 6 trips. So here, appearing in his second game of 2016, played for the Amarillo Thunderheads a season ago, the Los Angeles, California native. Hagen checks Wobrock at first. He's set, and the pitch. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Lake Erie leads 1-0. Hagen set, checks Wobrock, and the 1-0. And this one fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Rodriguez, the right-hander, versus Hagen, the right-hander. Wobrock reached on a 1-out single. He's at first base. Hagen set, and the 1-1. And this one line foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ricky was dealing with a leg injury to start the season. That's why he was on the disabled list. Hagen set. Kicks in the 1-2. And that's in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Rodriguez. Hagen retired Jamal Austin pretty quickly on 2 pitches. Then Austin Wobrock worked a full count and singled. And now currently the 5th pitch of the at-bat coming here. The 2-2. And that's low, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, second full count of the night. Hagen looks at Wobrock. He's set. And the payoff pitch. Breaks his bat, flares this one to right. Camping under it and making the catch will be Aldrich, and that is out number 2. 2 away in the bottom of the first. That brings up the right fielder, Dave Popkins. Popkins enters today's game hitting .259, no homers, no RBIs. as he's been getting hits lately but hasn't been driving in runs. This is the guy who led the team in homers and RBIs a year ago, looking to get going in the run production department. Last night's game, Popkins walked twice and struck out as the first pitch is swung on a miss, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, bottom first. Lake Erie leads 1-0. Hagen set, and the 0-1. And that's a strike, no balls, 2 strikes. So quickly, 2 strikes on Popkins as he looks to get back in this at-bat. Hagen set, checks Wobrock at first. Wobrock taking off for second. This pitch is fouled away, so the count remains 0-2, and Austin Wobrock will have to go back. Wobrock, a really early jump on that steal. Hagen didn't notice him on the mound, and lucky for Wobrock that he didn't get picked off. So he left a good 2 seconds before Hagen went into his windup. Hagen set in the 0-2. There goes Wobrock again. This one outside for a ball. And Barraza can't get a handle on it, so that'll be a stolen base for Austin Wobrock and gives the Wild Things a runner in scoring position here with 2 away. For Wobrock, that's his second steal of the season. So he is now in scoring position for your Wild Things. Down 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Hagen checks him. He's setting the pitch. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So after being down 0-2, Popkins works the count back even. Hagen set, checks Wobrock. Kicks and deals. And a swing and a miss, and Popkins strikes out, and the side is retired. No runs for the Wild Things on a hit, no errors, and a man left. And after an inning of play, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 0. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Matt Frodden back out there in the top of the second. Gave up a run in the first inning on the home run by Jose Barraza. But other than that, pretty efficient on the mound. Got Oliver to fly out in 1 pitch. Parker Norris had a 4-pitch strikeout. And Juan Avila struck out on 3 pitches. So Frodden, so far so good on the mound. Through an inning of work. Due up here in the second for the Lake Erie Crushers. Daniel Aldrich, Brendan Constantino, and Parks Jordan. The 6, 7, and 8 batters. As Lake Erie leads 1-0 here in the top of the second. Hey fans, you know you can receive $100 when you open a new checking account with the Clearview Federal Credit Union. Visit them at clearviewfcu.org for more details. And we're just about ready to start the top of the second as in steps Daniel Aldrich. Wild Things down 1-0 here in the top of the second. Aldrich enters the game hitting 200, 1 homer, 6 RBIs for the Lake Erie right fielder. Frodden looks in, he's setting the pitch. And that's a called strike on the outside corner, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, Aldrich the batter. Frodden's 0-1. That's swung on a miss, no balls, 2 strikes. So quickly ahead, 0-2. And early on we see Frodden working the bottom of the zone, trying to pitch right around the knees, keep the ball on the ground. No balls, 2 strikes. Frodden set in the pitch. And this one lined foul, count stays 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Frodden does have a strikeout in the season in 2 2/3 innings. Got his first one back in the first. He's looking to do that again here in the second. Frodden's 0-2. Checks his swing. Did he go around? No, says the field umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Nobody out here at Consol Energy Park. Second game of the year here at home for the Wild Things. Lost last night 9-6, looking to rebound tonight. Currently down 1-0. Frauden set in the 1-2. And just outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a flinch from the home plate umpire, but no call. 2-2 the count. Frauden set in the pitch. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brendan Constantino on deck for the Crushers. Currently up 1-0 over your Wild Things. Frauden set in the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So 1 away here in the top of the second, and that brings up Brendan Constantino. Constantino on the year, 222, no homers and an RBI. Frauden got Aldrich to chase ball 4 there, as that one was way above the letters, but Aldrich went after it, and that's the first out of the inning. Frauden the righty versus Constantino the righty. He's set in the pitch. And that one's outside, ball 1. Skips to the backstop, 1 ball, no strikes. Alex McKeon back there starting his 3rd game for the Wild Things after he was signed before Thursday's game against Joliet, the 1-0. And this ball hit down the right field line, but it'll hook foul. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 1-1, 1 out. Lake Erie leads Washington 1-0 here in the top of the second. Frauden set in the 1-1. And this one up the middle, beyond Frauden's glove. Justin Fox makes a nice play, jumps and throws and gets the out. 2 away here in the top of the second. Nice play by Fox, ranging to his right, jumping, twisting, and throwing a strike to Scott Carcasey at first base. That'll bring up Parks Jordan, the left fielder. Jordan enters today's game hitting .150, no homers and an RBI. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Lake Erie leads 1-0. Frauden set in the pitch. Squares, but takes this pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to the Lake Erie left fielder. Jordan 0 for 6 last night. The 1-0. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs as Frauden falls behind the number 8 hitter in the order. Frauden set in the 2-0. And this one hit the left field, going over into foul territory, and it'll get to the grass as Heck tried to run it down, couldn't get there. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Matt Frauden making his first start of the 2016 season for the Wild Things. Pitched 2 2/3 innings his last time on the mound out of relief. Frauden looks in the 2-1. And this one fouled off, so count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 outs. Top of the second. As Frauden looks to get out of this. Nobody on. Outfield shifted to the left just a tad. Frauden's 2-2. And this one chopped in front of the mound. Frauden makes the play. He'll throw to first, and that's out number 3. So 1-2-3 go the Crushers here in the second. And after 1.5, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 0. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Your Wild Things currently down 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. In the top of the first, the Wild Things, not much offensively. They got the 1-out single from Austin Wobrock before he stole second base, but that was it on the offensive front as Jamal Austin popped out to shortstop. Ricky Rodriguez flew out to left field, or to right field, excuse me, and Dave Popkins struck out. Due up for the Wild Things in this half inning, Jimmy Yezzo, Andrew Heck, and Scott Carcasey. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. And for Hagen out there, has 1 strikeout on the day, 7 strikeouts in 4 innings of work on the season, as he looks to hold the Wild Things here in the second. Hey fans, every Thursday night game during the 2016 season is Thirsty Thursdays at Consol Energy Park, and it's all being brought to you by Frankie I's Bar and Grill, located by the Meadows Casino on Route 19. Join them to enjoy food and drink specials after the game, and don't forget Thursday's feature is Buck Beverages on both beer and soda. So come out to Consol Energy Park on Thursdays. First Thirsty Thursday of the 2016 season will be this coming Thursday, May 26th, against the Windy City Thunderbolts. That'll be Game 3 of that 3-game series, and that brings up Jimmy Yezzo. Here's the pitch, and high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 coming, and that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Jimmy Yezzo. Yezzo struggling to get going offensively. Did get a hit in last night's game, as he's currently hitting .094 on the season, a homer and 2 RBIs. As this pitch is popped up on the infield, Avila coming over, and he will make the catch. That's out number 1. So 1 away for the Wild Things in the bottom of the second, and that brings up the left fielder, Andrew Heck. Heck hitting .125 on the season, no homers, 2 RBIs. Got the start in last night's game after having 2 days off in Joliet, as he returns to the Wild Things lineup. Hagen setting the pitch, and it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One guy we haven't seen in the Wild Things lineup for a while, Brian Haar. He was pulled in Game 3 of the Joliet series for Grant Fink at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike, as that one's in there for a strike. 1 away, bottom second from Consol Energy Park in Washington, PA. Hagen's 1-1. Swung on a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count on Andrew Heck. Heck in his 4th season with the Washington Wild Things here in 2016. Hagen set in the 1-2. And Heck grounds this one to third. Avila charging. He'll throw on to first, and that's out number 2. So there's quickly 2 retired here, and brings up the first baseman, Scott Carcasey. Carcasey appeared in a pinch hitting appearance last night and got a single in his only at-bat. Enters today hitting .176, no homers, and 2 RBIs. Carcasey, we've seen him both as a designated hitter and a first baseman, playing mostly the DH role for these Wild Things in 2016. Hagen setting the pitch to him. And it's called strike. No balls and a strike. Just hit the knees. Carcasey, a Maple Shade, New Jersey native, stands in at 6'5", 230. Hagen's 0-1. And that one's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Lake Erie currently leads the Wild Things 1-0 from Consol Energy Park. Righty on lefty. As Hagen looks in, he's setting the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Carcasey. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Wild Things looking to get something going with 2 outs here in the second, down 1-0. Hagen setting the 1-2. And a swing and a miss, and Carcasey strikes out, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Wild Things here in the second, and after 2 innings of play, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington Wild Things nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise, we ensure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
Top of the third here at Consol Energy Park. The score, Lake Erie 1, Washington Wild Things nothing, as we get ready to start this third inning. Last inning, a good one for Matt Frodden. 1-2, taking the Lake Erie Crushers down 1-2-3. Struck out Daniel Aldrich to start the inning, followed by groundouts by Brendan Constantino and Parks Jordan. He'll be facing Max Casper, Connor Oliver, and Parker Norris. 9-1 and 2 hitters in this Lake Erie order here in the top of the third. Every Friday night's a fireworks night at Consol Energy Park. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks display after all Friday night Wild Things home games this season. Had one last night after opening day after the 13-inning loss. Pretty good display out there. They shot them just beyond the center field wall, and fans stayed in their seats and enjoyed a nice show here at the Wild Things ballpark. And we're ready here in the top of the third as Max Casper, the shortstop, will step in. Casper enters today hitting .286, no homers, and 4 RBIs. Frodden looks in, he's setting the pitch. And that's low, ball one, bounces in front of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out, top of the third. Under cloudy skies at Consol Energy Park. Been on and off rain all day. No rain right now, so we are playing baseball. Frodden looks into his catcher McKeon. He's setting the 1-0. And that's high, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The righty Frodden versus the righty Casper. Frodden setting the 2-0. And that's in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Frodden falling behind Casper early, something he hasn't done a lot on the day. He's been out in front of most hitters. The 2-1. And that's a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Count goes even after Frodden started it with a 2-0. Gets back in the at-bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Frodden set and the pitch. And that's in the dirt. Can't get him to chase. Ball 3. Full count here on Max Casper. Connor Oliver, the on-deck batter. 1-0 Lake Erie leads your Washington Wild Things here in the top of the third. Frodden set the 3-2. And that's low, ball 4. So the walk brings a leadoff base runner for the Lake Erie Crushers, and that'll bring up Connor Oliver, the center fielder. Oliver flew out to left in his first at-bat. The first time the Crushers have had the leadoff man on. Their third base runner of the ballgame. As Frodden will be working from the stretch. He looks into McKeon. Has his sign, checks Casper at first, and the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Casper, 1 stolen base on the year for the shortstop, so he can go. Wild Things will have to keep an eye on him. Frodden looks in, has his sign, he's set, and the 1-0 coming. And this one fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, nobody out, runner at first for the Lake Erie Crushers. As they lead this one 1-0 in the top of the third. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. I'm Zach Ziegler. Frodden looks in. He's set. And the 1-1 coming. And this one grounded past Wisniewski into right field, a base hit. So 2 on here with nobody out for the Lake Erie Crushers, and that'll bring up Parker Norris. Norris today 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Frodden really in his first jam today, as he has 2 on, nobody out, trying to protect this 1-0 deficit and keep it where it is. Casper at second, he reached after a walk, and Connor Oliver singled. Corners come in here, middle infield at about double play depth. Frodden's pitch, and bunting is Oliver. Frodden will field it and flips the Fox covering at first. That'll be out number 1. Meanwhile, the runners move up to second and third on the play with 1 away. So sacrifice bunt 1-4 on the putout. And that'll bring up Jose Barraza. Barraza has produced the only run of the game with his solo shot back in inning number 1. It was Barraza's first of the season. As McKeon will go out there to talk to Matt Frauden right now. Frauden trying to keep this a 1-0 deficit. Has runners at second and third. Going to have to get Barraza out without a fly ball. And for the Wild Things, the infield will come in. All the infielders on the infield grass. Max Casper, the runner at third. Connor Oliver, the runner at second. Frauden set. And the pitch. And that's a called strike. No balls and a strike on the Lake Erie catcher. Outfield staying at normal depth here. Infield in. 2 on, 1 out for the Crushers. They lead 1-0. Frauden set. And the 0-1. Checks a swing, but it's a ball. Nice block in the dirt by McKeon. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the third. Lake Erie leads 1-0, threatening again. The righty Frauden versus the lefty Barraza. Frauden has his sign. He's set. And the 1-1. And that's low ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. And if you're Frauden, you want to work the lower part of the plate here. Got to keep this ball on the ground and hopefully hit it near a middle infielder. The only problem, infield in don't have as much range as they would at their normal positions. The 2-1. That's outside ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, 1 out. Here in the top of the third. Frauden in danger of loading the bases now. Wild Things already down 1-0 in this one. 3 balls, 1 strike. Frauden set. Checks Casper at third. And the pitch. And Barraza fouls this one off, so the count goes full at 3-2. William Beckwith on deck's been a problem for the Washington Wild Things in this series. As in the first game, went 4 for 6. Frauden trying to get Barraza out here. Will be a big out if he could get it. Frauden set. And the 3-2 coming. And a called strike 3. He strikes him out. Big strikeout for Frauden. His third of the day. And with 2 away, that'll bring up William Beck with runners at second and third. The infield can now move back, as they will try to make the play on Beckwith. Beckwith walked his first time up. Big strikeout for Frauden, now looking to get out of it. Wild Things still down 1-0 here in the top of the third. Frauden looks into McKeon. He's set, and the pitch coming. And that's in the dirt. Another nice block by McKeon back there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. 2 outs here from Consol Energy Park. Cloudy skies. Threats of rain in the area. But so far, none affecting baseball here. Frauden looks in. He's set. And the 1-0 coming. And that's low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Here in the top of the third. Lake Erie threatening. Frauden trying to get out of it. Frauden has his sign from McKeon. He's set. Checks Casper at third in the 2-0. And this one chopped right in front of the plate. It's a foul ball. As it just went foul. No, they called it a fair ball. Never mind. Fair ball. Throw to first. That's the out. So 2-3 on the put out. It's bounced just in front of home plate. No runs in the inning for the Lake Erie Crushers on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. After 2.5, the score. Lake Erie 1, your Washington Wild Things nothing. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here in the bottom of the third. Second home game of the season for the Wild Things, down 1-0 to the Lake Erie Crushers. Due up for the Wild Things in this half inning, Alex McKeon, Justin Fox, and Jamal Austin. 8-9-1. Wild Things retired 1-2-3 in the last inning. Stephen Hagan out there pitching well through the first 2 innings, only allowing 1 hit. And the Austin Wobrock 1-out single. All Sunday home games are donation Sundays, brought to you by Goodwill. Fans are encouraged to bring gently used items to the ballpark on Sundays and enter to win prizes courtesy of Goodwill. To come out, share some of your gently used items here with some people in need. Good day to give back. 8-9-1 due up for the Wild Things. As it'll be Alex McKeon, Justin Fox, and Jamal Austin. Hagan going through his warm-up tosses. McKeon in his 3rd game with the Washington Wild Things, signed just before the last game of the 3-game series in Joliet on Thursday. Wild Things signed him due to Kyle Pollock going to the DL. McKeon played in the Boston Red Sox organization a year ago. So he steps up here to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. The righty McKeon versus the righty Hagan. McKeon enters this game hitting .250, 2 hits and 8 at-bats to start the season. As the first pitch to him is low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And time is called here before the next pitch. 1-0 Lake Erie lead in the bottom of the 3rd from Consol Energy Park. Hagan's sign in the pitch. And this one grounded to the left side. That'll be through for a base hit. Single for the Wild Things gives him a leadoff base runner in Alex McKeon, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Justin Fox. Fox, the night off last night, comes into this game hitting .143, no homers, no RBIs, making his 3rd start of the year at second base, giving Cisniewski the night off. Hagan set, and the pitch. And that's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Hagan checks McKeon at first. He's set, and the pitch. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike, nobody out here in the bottom of inning number 3. Hagan looks in, the 2-1. And that's low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. Alex McKeon, the runner at first for the Wild Things. Wild Things currently down 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd from Consol Energy Park. And McKeon on base, a jumpy base runner as he tries to fool the pitcher. Hagan checks in the 3-1. And that's a called strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. As Hagan hits that outside corner. On deck for the Wild Things, the center fielder, Jamal Austin. 3-2, nobody out. Hagan set in the pitch. And this one hit the right field. Going back is Aldrich. He's at the track, and he will make the catch. That is out number 1 as McKeon will retreat to first base. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Jamal Austin. Austin today 0 for 1, popped out to short his last time. Fox gave that one a ride, just not enough to get it out of the ballpark. So Austin steps up. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. Lake Erie leads 1-0. Hagan set. And the pitch. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hagan kicks and the 0-1 coming. And this one chopped foul, so the count goes to 0-2. Jamal Austin out on 2 pitches his last time up. And quickly down 0-2 here in the 3rd. Alex McKeon at first. He reached on a leadoff single. Hagan set. The 0-2 coming. And that's low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. Righty on righty, Jamal Austin versus Stephen Hagan. Hagan checks McKeon. Kicks in the 1-2. And that's high. Sweet chin music up there on Austin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one missed up around the head. Jamal Austin didn't like it very much. Not a lot of batters do when you aim for their head. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hagen set, and the pit. Nope, throw to first. And McKeon just does get back. 1-0, Lake Erie leads. Here in the bottom of the third, McKeon jumping. And he just does get back. And first base coach for the Wild Things, Mike Marshall, wanting a balk on that play, but does not get it. He voices his grievances with the home plate umpire. Hagen set in the 2-2. And this one popped up. Out goes the second baseman, Constantino. He will be called off by Aldrich in right field, and that's out number 2. 2 away here in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up Austin Wobrock, one of the 2 hits for the Wild Things on the night. He singled back in the first and stole a base. So 2 outs, bottom of the third. Lake Erie leads your Wild Things 1-0. As Wobrock at the plate. Righty on lefty, Hagen set, and the pitch. Wobrock swings and misses, no balls and a strike. Over at first, on every pitch, Alex McKeon gets a jumping, running start and then puts on the brakes. Looks like he's going to take off every time, but he doesn't. Here's the 0-1. There goes McKeon for second. Swing and a miss, the throw down, and it's in time to nail Alex McKeon, and that will be out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. And after 3, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 0. You're listening to MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here in the top of the 4th. Lake Erie currently leads your Washington Wild Things by a score of 1-0. Matt Frauden, since giving up that home run back in inning number 1, pretty good on the mound. Did get in a jam last inning as he allowed a leadoff walk to Max Casper and a single by Connor Oliver that gave the Lake Erie Crushers runners at first and second with nobody out. A sacrifice bunt by Parker Norris moved them up to second and third. However, after that, Matt Frauden locked things down. He got Jose Barraza to strike out and got William Beckwith to ground out right in front of home plate to end the threat. Here in the top of the 4th, due up for the Lake Erie Crushers, Juan Avila, Daniel Aldrich, and Brendan Constantino. As we get ready for action. And the Wild Things have several fun promotions planned for the entirety of the season. On tomorrow, May 22nd, we're hosting our canine fans for Bark in the Park, courtesy of Rachel Ray's Nutrish. Bring your pups to the park and receive a doggy photo frame thanks to the good folks at Dad's Pet Care. Please make sure you bring your dog's vaccination papers to ensure that he or she can gain entry to the park. What more would you want? Four-legged friend, baseball. Not a better evening I could think of. 5:05 first pitch in that game. Can also be heard right here on the MSA Sports Network if you can't make it to that game. As Juan Avila steps in. Avila 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Frauden's pitch. And it's a called strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count here at the top of the 4th. Lake Erie leads 1-0 over the Wild Things. Frauden set in the 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count quickly here to start the 4th. As Frauden has really been good on the mound through the first 4 innings. Just the home run in the first inning to his record right now. And a swing and a miss. He gets Avila swinging for the second time tonight. His 5th strikeout here in 4 innings of work. Or in 3 1/3, excuse me now. 5 strikeouts for Frodden, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Daniel Aldrich. Aldrich 0 for 1 with a strikeout. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th as Frodden strikes out Avila to start the inning. Frodden setting the pitch. Swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, 1 out. As that ball bounced to the plate. Frodden the righty versus Aldrich the lefty. Aldrich made the catch that ended the inning in the bottom of the 3rd. Frodden's 0-1. And that's in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Frodden setting the 1-1. And this one fouled off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Wild Things down 1-0 to the Lake Erie Crushers. Frodden looks into McKeon, has his sign in the 1-2. And that's high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Aldrich. Aldrich in last night's game was 1 for 6 with a single. Here's the 2-2. And this one's fouled off. Count sticks at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2, 1 out, top of the 4th. Wild Things lead 1-0. Frodden looks into McKeon. He set the 2-2. And swing, and he just gets a piece of this one foul off the glove of McKeon. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Frodden struck out Avila to start this inning. And McKeon just not able to hold on to the ball after it was fouled away there. Frodden looks in. He's set, and the 2-2 coming. And a swing and a miss at the ball in the dirt, but the ball's dropped by McKeon, so he'll have to throw to first to complete the strikeout. 2-3 on the putout, and it's the 6th strikeout of the day for Matt Frodden here in the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Brendan Constantino, the second baseman. Constantino today 0 for 1 with a ground out. 6 strikeouts on the mound for Frodden through the first 3 2/3 innings pitched. He's setting the pitch. And that's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Lake Erie leads 1-0. Frodden's 1-0. And this one fouled off, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Top of the 4th from Consol Energy Park, the 2nd home game of the season for the Wild Things. Frodden looks in, he's setting the 1-1. Swing and foul away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. Frodden, the tall righty on the mound, standing at 6'5". He's setting the 1-2. And this one grounded to second. Nice play there by Fox at second. He'll throw the ball to first, and that's out number 3. 1-2-3 that go to the Crushers here in the 4th. And after 3.5, the score. Lake Erie 1, Washington 0. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose Pro Grass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
We're back here in the bottom of the fourth. Score 1-0 Lake Erie leads your Washington Wild Things. The Wild Things struggled to get going offensively. 2 hits on the day. Alex McKeon got the second hit to lead off the third inning and was thrown out trying to steal second base. So batting for the Wild Things here in this half inning will be Austin Wobrock, Ricky Rodriguez, and Dave Popkins. As Hagen finishes his warm-up tosses. There will be lots of giveaways at Consol Energy Park this summer. We're giving away beach towels, t-shirts, hats, and even an ugly sweater blanket. Check out the website for more details. One of those giveaways tomorrow, Bark in the Park night. Bring your dog to the park to enjoy a baseball game. Get a doggy photo frame. Make sure you have your vaccination papers so your dog can gain entrance. As the first pitch to Wobrock here in the bottom of the fourth is a strike. No balls and a strike. Wobrock was batting last inning when Alex McKeon got thrown out. The 0-1's fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Wobrock trying to get something started for the Wild Things. Hagen looks in. He's setting the 0-2. And this one fouled away. Count sticks, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, nobody out. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. And just inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, right off the inside corner of the plate. Here's the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Wobrock strikes out to lead off the fourth. And with that, that'll bring up Ricky Rodriguez. Rodriguez flew out to right field as last time. 1 out, bottom 4. Steve Hagen on the mound allowed 2 hits in his first 3 1/3 innings of work against the Wild Things. Pitching well, he's set the pitch to Rodriguez. And that's a strike, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count to Rodriguez. That strikeout was the third of the day for Stephen Hagen as that pitch is inside ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Hagen looks the 1-1. And that's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just hit that inside corner to Ricky Rodriguez. 1-2 the pitch. And this one popped up foul, so the count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hits over to the bleachers on the right side. About half full here at Consol Energy Park on this rainy Saturday night. The 1-2 in the dirt ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Ricky Rodriguez, the designated hitter in his second game here in 2016 after coming off of the disabled list. The 2-2. And this one grounded to second, handled over there by Constantino. He throws on to first, and that's out number 2. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll bring up Dave Popkins. Popkins today 0 for 1. He struck out in his first at-bat. 1 run, 2 hits for the Lake Erie Crushers. No runs, 2 hits for your Washington Wild Things. Hagen set in the first pitch. And this ball is fouled away. No balls and a strike. The count to the Wild Things right fielder. 2 outs. Lake Erie leads 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Hagen set in the 0-1. This one swung on a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 the count here. 2 outs from Consol Energy Park. Lake Erie leads 1-0. Hagen set in the 0-2. And that's inside ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2. And that's outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Wild Things right fielder. Hagan looking in for a sign. Here's the 2-2. And that's low ball 3. Count goes full here on Popkins. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jimmy Yezzo, the designated hitter, on deck for the Wild Things. Hagan kicks on the 3-2. And this one grounded foul. Count stays full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 2 outs, bottom 4. Your Wild Things looking to get on the board here. They're down 1-0 to the Crushers. Hagan's pitch. And a swing and a foul tip, but it's caught by the catcher, and that's a strikeout and out number 3. Again, 1, 2, 3 go the Washington Wild Things here in the 4th. And after 4 innings of play, the score: Lake Erie 1, Washington Wild Things 0. You're listening to Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Lake Erie leads your Washington Wild Things. As we go to the 5th, leading things off for the Lake Erie Crushers, Parks Jordan, Max Casper, and Connor Oliver, 8, 9, and 1, due up here to face Matt Frodden for the Wild Things. So the only blemish on Frodden's day was the home run he allowed back in the 1st inning. Sundays are Kids Club days here at Consol Energy Park. Children 12 and under can join the club for free. They get lots of perks, including a t-shirt, giveaway items, and free tickets to all Kids Club days. For more information, log on to WashingtonWildThings.com or call the box office at 855-456-WILD. The Kids Club is sponsored by Kona Ice, Med Express, PA Leadership Charter School, Pepsi, and Frito-Lay. First Kids Club day of the season tomorrow. And while you're bringing your kids to enjoy the game, bring the dog also. Bark in the park. Enjoy the game with your canine friend as Parks Jordan gets ready to step in. Jordan 0 for 1 today, grounded out to the pitcher in his last at-bat. Frodden looking into his catcher McKeon. He has his sign. He's setting the pitch. And it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. As we said, the only run given up on the day by Matt Frodden, the solo home run to Jose Barraza back in the 1st. He's setting the 1-0. And this ball popped up just beyond second base. Out goes Wobrock, and in comes Heck. Heck will call him off, and that's out number 1. Quickly 1 away here in the 5th, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Max Casper. Casper, no official at bat yet. He walked in the 3rd inning. Got to third base and would not come in to score as Frodden was able to get out of that 2nd and 3rd with 1 out situation. Frodden set in the first pitch. And that's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Wild Things down 1-0 to the Lake Erie Crushers. Frodden set in the 1-0. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Casper not really a factor in last night's game. No hits and a walk. Frodden's 2-0. And that's a strike, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 count here on the Lake Erie shortstop from Consol Energy Park. Frodden looks in. He's setting the 2-1. And that's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This artificial turf here at Consol Energy Park, a little wet as we've had rain all day here in western Pennsylvania. It's dry right now here in the 5th. It's the 2-2. Check swing, and it's outside, ball 3. Appeal to the field umpire. He says no. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2, 1 out. Connor Oliver on deck for the Lake Erie Crushers. Frodden looks in. He's setting the 3-2. And this one lined up the middle. That's a base hit. Casper reaches base for the 2nd time here with a single, and it gives the Crushers a 1-out base runner, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Connor Oliver. Oliver on the day, 1 for 2 with a single. He also flew out to left. So the righty, Matt Frodden, one out here in the top of the fifth, making his first start of the year, appearing in his second game. Frodden looks into McKeon, has his sign, checks Casper at first, and the pitch coming. And this one grounded to second. Fox has it, flips to second for one onto first, and that's a double play. 4-6-3 ends the inning, and after 4.5, the score. Lake Erie 1, Washington nothing. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
We're back here on Washington Wild Things baseball coverage here on MSA Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth, 1-0 Lake Erie leads as Washington looks to get on the board here from Consol Energy Park. Last night, a wild affair. It was 1-1 through the first 9 innings. It ended up going 13 innings before the Wild Things lost the Lake Erie Crushers by a score of 9-6. Due up for the Wild Things here in the fifth, Jimmy Yezzo, Andrew Heck, and Scott Carcasey. And don't forget about the Antonio Brown Softball Challenge, which will be contested at Consol Energy Park on June 11th. Tickets for the event are available at the box office or online. For more information, give them a call at 866-456-WILD. See some of your favorite superstars playing in that softball challenge, including Antonio Brown. Some of the names I saw, Le'Veon Bell, Marquise Pouncey, going to be participating in that one, so come out. Lots of Steelers in that game. So you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, come out, support the guys in their celebrity softball game. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Wild Things here in the bottom of the fifth as Jimmy Yezzo comes to the plate. Yezzo on the day, 0 for 1, popped out the third in his first at-bat. Here's Hagen's pitch, and this one popped up, and it'll go foul, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count, 2 strikeouts for the Wild Things last inning in their 1-2-3 fourth. Hagen looks in, he's set in the 0-1. And that's low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Hagen's 1-1. That's a swing and a miss by Yezzo. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The righty Hagen versus the lefty Yezzo. Hagen's 1-2. And this one fouled off. Count sticks, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 here. You listen to the MSA Sports Network. I'm Zach Ziegler. Your Wild Things currently down 1-0. Hagen setting the 1-2 pitch. That's outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wild Things coming home after a 3-3 road trip in Gateway and Joliet, the 2-2. And Yezzo chops this one foul off to the right. Count sticks even at 2. Jimmy Yezzo looking to get off the schneid offensively. It's only 3 hits on the young season. Hagen setting the 2-2. And this ball hit the center field. Going over is Oliver. A couple steps in front of the track. He'll camp under it and make the catch. That's out number 1 here in the fifth. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Andrew Heck. Heck 0 for 1 today. And for the Wild Things, only 2 hits. Haven't seen a lot of hard hit balls as they're hitting them right at players. And Andrew Heck looking to get things started offensively. Hagen setting the pitch, and it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things left fielder. Heck enters today, hitting 125. Hagen doesn't like the sign, and he steps off. Hagen's 1-0 to Heck. And Heck grounds this one. Fair ball down the line and left. Heck around first, heading to second. And there will be no throw, so Heck in there with a stand-up double, and the ball gets away. But quickly backing it up is Aldrich, the right fielder. So Heck forced to stay at second, but a one-out double gives the Wild Things a runner in scoring position here for Scott Carcasey, the first baseman. The third hit of the night for your Washington Wild Things, as we'll have a mound meeting here, as Lake Erie wants to discuss things with their pitcher. The one-out double for Andrew Heck puts the Washington Wild Things in business, and if you haven't heard, country artist Chris Young will be in concert at Consol Energy Park. That on August 25th. Tickets for that will be available at Ticketmaster.com. Wild Things don't play that day, but you can still come out here to Consol Energy Park and enjoy a great show. Chris Young, one of the up-and-coming country artists, singing songs such as I'm Coming Over. And he also has a great duet with Cassidy Pope. So it'll be a great concert here at Consol Energy Center. Scott Carcasey, the lefty, steps in. Carcasey 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. One out, bottom of the fifth. Lake Erie leads 1-0, but the Wild Things threatening. Hagen set in the pitch. And this one fouled away. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. About halfway home here from Consol Energy Park. Hagen set. And the 0-1. And this one grounded right to first base. Nice pick over there by Beckwith. And he'll take it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted for out number 2. Meanwhile, Andrew Heck moves up to third with 2 away. So runner at third, 2 outs for Alex McKeon, the Wild Things catcher. McKeon singled his first time up. 1 of 3 hits for the Washington Wild Things on the day. Lake Erie Crushers also have 3 hits, but one of their hits scored the lone run in the game, the home run. First pitch is a strike, no balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. Action in the Lake Erie bullpen. Here's the 0-1. And that's high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. As it's Mike Devine warming up for the Crushers, the 1-1. And that's in the dirt. Ball gets away. Heck will score. So the Wild Things tie the game at 1 here on the Wild pitch. And in the bottom of the fifth, it's all tied up 1-1. Back to square one, new ball game. As Alex McKeon has a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Ball just bounced off the leg of catcher Jose Barraza and rolled towards the Wild Things dugout. Allows Heck to score. Hagen's 2-1 coming. And this one grounded to third. Picked over there by Avila. Throws on to first. And that's out number 3. 5-3 on the put-up, but the Wild Things do get a run on the inning in 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. And after 5, the score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise, we ensure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here, bottom 6. Your Washington Wild Things tie things up with the Lake Erie Crushers. 1-1 the score as we enter the top of inning number 6. Wild Things got their run last inning after Andrew Heck doubled with 1 out. Was moved up on the ground out by Scott Carcasey and scored on a wild pitch by Stephen Hagen. Matt Fraud on the mound, his 6th inning of work. In his first start of the 2016 season, only blemish on his record today, the home run by Jose Barraza back in the first inning. And due up for the Lake Erie Crushers this inning, Parker Norris, Jose Barraza, and William Beckwith to face the right-hander Matt Fraudin. Clearview Federal Credit Union has branches in Canonsburg, McMurray, and all over southwestern Pennsylvania. Visit clearviewfcu.org to find one near you. Top of the 6th, we are just about ready to start here as Parker Norris steps in. Norris 0 for 1, also had a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd inning. 1-1 the score. It's Frauden entering his 6th inning of work. Norris today 0 for 1. Frauden looks into McKeon. Has his sign in the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Frauden's 1-0. And this one hit the center field. Coming in is Jamal Austin, and he will call everyone off and make the catch. Quickly one away here in the top of the 6th. And then I'll bring up the catcher, Jose Barraza. Barraza 1 for 2 with the only run for Lake Erie. His solo shot back in inning number 1. It was his first home run of the year, as it put Lake Erie up early. The Wild Things tied it last inning after a heck double, and he scored on the wild pitch by starting pitcher Stephen Hagan. So Barraza steps in. 1-1. Frauden set in the pitch. And Barraza pops this one up to left field. Heck going over towards foul territory, and he'll make the catch just in front of the foul line, and that's out number 2. So 3 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th for Frauden, and Frauden's been very good other than that home run in the first. He did hit 1 jam in the 3rd inning after allowing Max Casper to reach on a leadoff walk, and Connor Oliver a single, put first and second with nobody out. Parker Norris had his sack bunt, moving to second and third with 1 out. Got a big strikeout of Jose Barraza, and got William Beckwith to ground out to end that 3rd inning. But other than that, Frauden's been very good. Retired the Crushers 1-2-3 in the 4th, only allowed a hit in the 5th. And so far the first 2 out here in the 6th as William Beckwith steps in. And the first pitch is low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Beckwith today 0 for 1 with a walk. Frauden's 1-0 coming. And this one fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 1-1 the score between your Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. As Beckwith, I think, chipped his bat. As he goes over looking for a new one. He'll get one. Beckwith, a weird colored bat, has the natural wood down by the handle and has a red barrel. It's a nice half and half bat for Beckwith as he gets it, makes a slow trot to home plate. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 1-1 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers in Game 2 of this 3-game series from Consol Energy Park. Wild Things' 10th year here at Consol. They moved here in 2007. Frauden set in the 1-1. And swinging a foul ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. 2 outs, top 6. Frauden set in the 1-2. And a called strike 3. He strikes him out, and the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning for Matt Frauden. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left for Lake Erie. And after 5.5, the score, your Washington Wild Things 1, Lake Erie 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here in the bottom of the 6th. Score, Lake Erie 1, Washington 1, and a new pitcher for the Lake Erie Crushers as it'll be Mike Devine taking over. Saw Devine pitch in last night's game. Devine appearing in his 5th game of the season, has made a start. Hasn't allowed a run yet. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on the season for Devine. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, 5 innings of work for Stephen Hagan as he is pulled. He allows 1 run. It's earned on 3 hits, while striking out 4 and walking nobody. So Mike Devine, the new pitcher, he'll be greeted by Justin Fox, Jamal Austin, and Austin Wobrock. Fox steps in his 3rd start at second base of the 2016 season. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. And manager Chris Mongiardo for the Lake Erie Crushers, known to empty his bullpen on a regular basis. Used a lot of arms out there. So he tries to manufacture a win. Devine set in the pitch. And it's called strike. No balls on a strike to Justin Fox, the second baseman. Here's the 0-1. And Fox pops this one up, but it'll get back into the seats. So no balls and 2 strikes to count to Fox. Fox did appear in last night's game as a pinch runner. Devine set in the 0-2. And it hits Fox right on the helmet. So hit batsman gives the Wild Things a leadoff base runner. They'll take it. As I don't think it was aiming for him there, but that pitch just curved in and got him in the back of the head. That'll bring up the center fielder, Jamal Austin. Austin today 0 for 2. It's Wild Things looking to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. They have Justin Fox, the leadoff base runner. Fox, no steals on the year, had 3 a season ago. Devine set and the pitch. Austin squares and takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike, bottom of the 6th. Justin Fox, the runner at first for your Wild Things. Game currently tied at 1. Mike Devine, the righty, looks in, relieves Stephen Hagan. Hagan went 5 innings. Devine set in the 0-1. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes, just hitting that outside corner. 0-2, nobody out. Justin Fox, the runner at first, he reached after being hit by a pitch. Devine checks him, he's set. And the 0-2 coming. And Austin fouls this one off. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, nobody out from Consol Energy Park. Mike Devine facing Jamal Austin. Devine looks in. He's set, checks Fox at first. And the 0-2. And this one, past the diving Beckwith, but it's foul. So the count remains 0-2. That possibly could have scored Fox. Fox has some speed at first base. Standing there now. 1-1 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. Devine looking in. Jamal Austin the batter. Devine set in the 0-2. And Austin, ground ball base hit in the left. So a single gives the Wild Things runners at first and second here with nobody out, and that brings up the shortstop, Austin Wobrock. Wobrock today, 1 for 2 with a single. Drove in a run in last night's ball game, looks to do so here again and will give the Wild Things the lead. 1-1 the score. Austin Wobrock, the shortstop, the batter. Wobrock came into today hitting .222, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Currently second on the team in the RBI department. Brian Haar leads it with 8. Haar has 4 home runs and 8 RBIs. Haar leading the team in both categories. But Wobrock the batter. Devine looks in. He's set. Checks Fox at second. And the first pitch. And that's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things shortstop. Wobrock, another return to this Wild Things team, hit .266 a year ago, drove in 31. Devine looking in, he's set, and the 1-0. And this ball grounded, base hit in the left field. Justin Fox will be held at third, so now the bases are loaded for the Wild Things here with nobody out, and a good chance to take the lead is Ricky Rodriguez on deck. 2 straight singles for the Wild Things. Rodriguez 0 for 2. In his second game of the 2016 season after coming off the disabled list last night. Lake Erie will bring the corner infielders in. Middle infielders sit at double play depth. Rodriguez, nobody out, bases full of Wild Things. Devine looks in. Has his sign, he's set. And the first pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the count to the Wild Things third baseman. Rodriguez getting his first start in the field tonight. He was the designated hitter in last night's game. Devine looks in, he's set. And the 1-0 coming. And that's way outside. Nice stab behind the plate by Barraza. 2 balls, no strikes. That was close to being the second run scored on a wild pitch. But Barraza sticks his glove out there and makes a nice play. 2-0 the count. Nobody out. Bases full of Wild Things. Fox at third. He reached on a hit by pitch. Jamal Austin at second. He singled. Austin Wobrock at first. He singled. Devine's 2-0. Checks and inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, and Mike Devine in danger of walking in a run. Ricky Rodriguez the batter. 0 for 2 today. Devine set. And the 3-0. And that's a called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1 the count. Nobody out from Consol Energy Park here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1 the score, but the Wild Things have the bases loaded and nobody out. Devine set. The 3-1. And this one fouled off. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Dave Popkins, the right fielder, on deck for the Wild Things. For Ricky Rodriguez, as long as he doesn't strike out here, he'll have a good chance of bringing in a run. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Devine set. And the pitch. And Rodriguez a fly ball to right field. This should be deep enough. Caught by Aldridge. Fox will tag. Here's the throw to the plate. And it's not in time. A run comes in. Sacrifice fly for Ricky Rodriguez. And your Wild Things lead this one now 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Jamal Austin, also moving up on the play as he goes to third. Now runners will be at first and third with 1 out. And coming to the mound is the Lake Erie manager. We'll have a pitching change, so we're going to take a break here on the MSA Sports Network. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
You just never know how your day is going to go. The same holds true at Penn Station East Coast Subs. For some unsuspecting spuds, they start their day as Idaho potatoes, only to be transformed into hand-hewn fries. Unlucky for them, good for you. However, both your days get better because the fries get to sidle up next to a perfectly grilled Philly cheesesteak. Then, on their way to their final resting place, they get bathed in citric nectar, our signature lemonade. Wherever your day takes you, we recommend Penn Station be one of the stops.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. New pitcher for the Lake Erie Crushers will be Colby Moore. Moore on the year, appearing in his 6th ball game. Has not allowed a run yet on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings pitched. So Colby Moore, the new pitcher. Your Wild Things now lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the 6th as they loaded the bases after Justin Fox got hit, and singles, back-to-back singles by Jamal Austin and Austin Wobrock. Then Ricky Rodriguez, the sac fly, drove in Justin Fox from third. So Wild Things lead 2-1, and in steps Dave Popkins. Moore set. Popkins today 0 for 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Popkins. No balls and a strike. Runners are now at first and third with one out as your Wild Things lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Moore looks in. Austin the runner at third. Wobrock the runner at first. Moore's 0-1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, 1 out. Popkins has struck out twice already today, looking to avoid a third. Moore looks in. He's set. And the 0-2 coming. And it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out. Wild Things up 2-1 here in game 2 of this 3-game series. Moore set. The 1-2 pitch. And this ball is popped up. Beyond second base, probably won't be deep enough. Aldridge comes in and shakes the catch. Jamal Austin going to try it. The throw to the plate, and it's in time to nail Jamal Austin, and that will be out number 3. So the Wild Things do get a run in the inning on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. And after 6, the score, Washington 2, Lake Erie 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf. Be sure to check out MSASports.net every day this spring for the scores, the daily standings, and the weekly rankings, plus daily high school sports broadcasts as well. In May, we will have exclusive coverage of the WPIAL baseball and softball playoffs, the WPIAL boys volleyball and tennis championships, and the WPIAL boys and girls track and lacrosse championships. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this spring on the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. On to the top of the 7th, your Wild Things currently leading this one 2-1 over the Lake Erie Crushers. Took the lead last inning on a Ricky Rodriguez sacrifice fly. New pitcher for the Washington Wild Things will be Devin Davis. For Matt Frauden, went 6 innings, 1 run, 1 earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Davis on the mound now, appearing in his 4th game for the Washington Wild Things through 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Has yet to allow a run. And set to face Davis here in the 7th will be Juan Avila, Daniel Aldrich, and Brendan Constantino. Davis working with a 1-run lead here in the 7th, looks to keep it there. As Avila today, 0 for 2, struck out twice. Davis set in the pitch. And it's called strike, no balls on a strike. 0-1 the pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davis' last time out, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings of work, the 1-1, and it's hit the center field. Austin takes a couple steps back, and he will be under it to make the catch. 1 away here in the top of the 7th. And if you want to look at a bright spot for the Wild Things so far in this season, it's been the bullpen. They've come in and been able to hold leads and keep the Wild Things in baseball games. Devin Davis and Colin Stanley especially. Stanley pitched 3 scoreless innings in last night's game, and it kept the score tied at 1-1, pitched the 8th, 9th, and 10th innings of that game. Davis now facing Daniel Aldrich, the pitch, and it's in the dirt, ball 1. Aldrich 0 for 2, struck out twice today. 1-0, 1 out, top of the 7th. Wild Things currently lead 2-1. Here's the pitch. And that's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. Davis looking into McKeon, working quickly the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. For Davis, 6 strikeouts on the season on only 3 2/3 innings pitched. So Davis has been doing well in that department as this pitch is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Davis is 2-2, and that's low, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brendan Constantino on deck for Lake Erie. Here's the pitch, and that's low, ball 4. So a 1 out walk gives the Lake Erie Crushers a base runner, and it'll bring up the second baseman, Brendan Constantino. Constantino on the day 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second in both at-bats. That's the first walk of the season for Devin Davis, as it gives the Lake Erie Crushers a base runner with 1 away. 2-1 Wild Things lead from Consol Energy Park. You're listening to the MSA Sports Network. Davis checks first in the pitch. And this ball fouled off. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Davis the lefty versus Constantino the righty. Aldrich the runner at first. He walked. Davis set in the 0-1. And that's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Just hit the inside corner. 0-2, 1 out. Aldrich the runner at first. The Wild Things lead the Crushers 2-1 here in the top of the 7th. Davis set. The 0-2. Throw over to first, and Aldrich is back. Wild Things paying attention to Aldrich over there at first base. On the season, no stolen bases for Aldrich to this point. Davis set in the 0-2. And this one fouled off. Count sticks, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, Devin Davis relieving Matt Frauden. Frauden 6 innings of work, 1 run. It was earned, 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. It's a good start for Frauden. As Davis set, checks Aldrich at first in the 0-2. And this one fouled away. Count stays, no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2 here on the MSA Sports Network coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. I'm Zach Ziegler, taking you through this entire 2016 season. Davis set in the 0-2. And inside, ball 1. Just missed the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis looking in. Has his sign from McKeon. He's set, checks first, and the 1-2. And this one grounded through the right side and a base hit. So with 1 out, Crushers have runners at first and second, and that'll bring up Parks Jordan. Jordan today 0 for 2. Davis in a little bit of a jam here in the 7th as he looks to hold this 1-run lead for the Wild Things. First and second, 1 out. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in the 7th. Daniel Aldrich, the runner at second, he walked. Brendan Constantino at first after his single. Davis set, checks second, the pitch. And low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, top of the 7th. Davis looks in. The 1-0. And this one fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Davis looks in. He's set. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Davis looking to get the strikeout here. Has 6 on the season. He's set. And the 1-2. That's outside, ball 2. Couldn't get him to chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Devin Davis, the lefty, on the mound for the Wild Things. Runners at first and second. He's set, the 2-2. And this ball popped just over the head of second baseman Fox, and it'll fall. Runners will be held right where they are, so now the bases are loaded after the single. And that'll bring up Max Casper, the shortstop. Bases loaded, 1 out. Casper today, 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. He's been on base both times. There's manager Greg Langben coming to the mound to talk to his lefty. Langben, in his first season with the Wild Things, managed the Traverse City Beach Bums from 2008 to 2013. Had a record of .267 and .212. But along with managing in the Frontier League, has also had a playing career. He was in Major League Baseball. He played for 8 years as a minor league pitcher with the New York Mets, the Boston Red Sox, and the Milwaukee Brewers. And after that, he even had some coaching time in the major leagues. Prior to joining the Frontier League, he managed in the Houston Astros organization and spent the last 2 years of his major league career as the Cleveland Indians Major League Replay Coordinator. He went over all the plays that were to be reviewed and told the Houston Astros manager whether or not to challenge it. So Langben, some major league experience, and has had success here in the Frontier League. 2-1, Washington Wild Things lead, but the bases are loaded for the Lake Erie Crushers here with only 1 away, and Max Casper steps in. Davis set, and the pitch to Casper. That's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Matt Frauden, 6 innings, 1 run. Davis coming in, trying to keep a run from scoring here. Davis set in the 1-0. And that's inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded for the Lake Erie Crushers in the top of the 7th. Davis set, the 2-0. And that's a called strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Davis set. Checks first in the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Davis pounding the inside part of the plate in this at-bat to Casper, trying to jam him. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wild Things lead 2-1 here in the top of the 7th. The second real threatening opportunity for Lake Erie. Daniel Aldrich at third after he walked. Brendan Constantino and Parks Jordan with back-to-back singles. Constantino at second, Jordan at first, the 2-2. That's inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Connor Oliver, the on-deck batter. Davis does not want to walk in the tying run. Davis has his sign. He's set, the 3-2. Grounded to third, to second for 1, on to first. Double play! 5-4 to 3, inning over, no runs score. No runs for the Crushers on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. And after 6.5 the score. Wild Things 2, Lake Erie 1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things Baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
AAA members enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance, exclusive member-only discounts, expert travel assistance, free identity theft protection, and much more. With that AAA card in your wallet or purse, you have the peace of mind, safety, and security that only AAA membership can provide. Already a member? Don't forget to renew. Not a member? Join AAA today at any nearby office or online at AAA.com. AAA, we're always with you.
How does a 120-year-old company like Henderson Brothers keep up in a world that changes every minute, that keeps throwing curveballs, that flaunts new technology, that demands responsiveness? The answer is simple. With expertise. We insure the most successful corporations in the area, and they in turn recommend us. And for that, we're grateful. Henderson Brothers. Expect an expert.
We're back here in the bottom of the 7th. Wild Things still lead 2-1, even though there's a threatening situation for the Lake Erie Crushers. As with 1 out, they had the bases loaded after a Daniel Aldrich walk, a Brendan Constantine single, and a Parks Jordan single. But then reliever Devin Davis got Max Casper to ground into a 5-4-3 double play to end the threat and keep the Wild Things on top. Colby Moore is still on the mound for the Lake Erie Crushers as he will face Jimmy Yezzo, Andrew Heck, and Scott Carcasey. Yezzo steps in today. Yezzo 0 for 2. He popped out in his first at-bat and flew out last time. Moore setting the pitch, and this one line to the right center field gap. That'll get down. Yezzo around first, heading to second, and it'll be picked up out there in center, and Yezzo will stop at second, a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th as the Wild Things look to add some insurance as they lead 2-1, and that'll bring up the left fielder Andrew Heck. 2-1 the score between the Wild Things and the Lake Erie Crushers. The leadoff man on second, and Heck the batter. Heck today 1 for 2 with a double. As we saw in last night's game, one run lead might not be enough to win this one. You want all the insurance you can get. Bottom of the 7th, Wild Things lead 2-1. As Moore looks in, he's set. Checks Yezzo at second. Here's the pitch. And it's low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things left fielder. Action in the Lake Erie bullpen as Keegan Gadati warms up. Here's the pitch. And this ball hit to right field and deep. Back goes Aldrich at the wall. He jumps and he can't get it. Yezzo coming around third. Here's the throw in. It won't be in time, and it's a triple for Andrew Heck. The Wild Things now lead 3-1. Heck put a charge into that one. It was the over the outstretched glove of Daniel Aldrich in right field, and your Wild Things now lead 3-1 over the Lake Erie Crushers. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Scott Carcasey. Nobody out. The Wild Things have a runner at third. And there'll be a mound meeting here as Lake Erie's manager, Chris Mongiordi, comes to the mound to talk to his pitcher. And the Wild Things get an insurance run. Jimmy Yezzo starts the inning with a leadoff double, followed by the Andrew Heck triple. Heck's second triple in 2 days as he drives in the second run of this game and gives the Wild Things a much-needed insurance run. Scott Carcasey due up next. Carcasey 0 for 2 on the day. As Wild Things looking to add more. No outs, runner at third. Lefty on lefty, Colby Moore facing Carcasey. Carcasey ended the day with only 2 RBIs. Looking to drive in his third here as Heck stands on third. Moore set. Here's the pitch. And this ball popped up. Foul territory off to the left. Avila giving chase, and he will make the catch in front of the Lake Erie dugout. That's out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 away for Scott Carcasey, and it'll bring up Alex McKeon, the catcher. Wild Things still have a runner at third after the Andrew Heck RBI triple. Wild Things lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 away. McKeon in his third game as a Wild Thing. Starting 3 straight games. 2 for 8 coming into the game today, but he added a hit and 1 for 2 in this ball game. Moore set. The pitch. And that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to the Wild Things catcher. McKeon looking to add another insurance run. Moore set, the 1-0. And this ball popped up. That's not going to be deep enough. Beckwith camps under it, called off by Constantino, and he makes the catch out number 2. So 2 away after the RBI triple by Andrew Heck, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Justin Fox. Fox 0 for 1, and he's reached after being hit by a pitch his last time in the 6th. He has also scored a run on the sac fly by Ricky Rodriguez. 3-1 Wild Things lead. Heck at third with 2 outs. He got there on an RBI triple. Moore set and the pitch to Fox. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 to count to the Wild Things second baseman here on this Saturday night. Game 2 of the 3-game series. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, 2 outs, bottom 7. Wild Things lead 3-1 over the Crushers. Colby Moore in the game for Lake Erie. He's set, and the 0-2. And this one chopped off the glove of Moore. Charging is Avila to throw to first. Not in time, and another run comes in. RBI single for Justin Fox. And the score now, Wild Things lead 4-1 here in the 7th as they add 2 much-needed insurance runs. And coming into this game, Moore had not given up a run. So the Wild Things making him give up his first 2 runs of the season. And they now take a 4-1 lead. And that'll bring up Jamal Austin, the center fielder. Austin 1 for 3. Had a good offensive day last night. The pitch, low ball 1. As Austin had 3 hits in last night's contest. 1 ball, no strikes. Moore set, checks first, and the 1-0. And that's low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes as Moore struggling to find the plate early against Jamal Austin. Moore set, the 2-0. And that's low ball. No, that's called. Nope, that's low ball 3. 3-0. Took the umpire a while to make that call. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Wild Things lead 4-1. Moore's pitch. And that's low ball 4. So a 2-out walk has runners at first and second for the Wild Things. And brings up the shortstop Austin Wobrock. Wobrock today 2 for 3, 2 singles. As Jose Barraza will come out and give the defensive signs. No action in the Wild Things bullpen, so it looks like manager Greg Langben will leave Devin Davis in the game for the 8th. There is action out in the Lake Erie bullpen. Moore set. The pitch to Wobrock. And that's a strike. No balls and a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 hits today for Austin. Justin Fox stands at second after he singled. Jamal Austin at first after the walk, the 0-1. And this one chopped to the right side and foul. Count goes to 0-2. Mike Marshall, the first base coach, a nice play defensively over there, getting that ball. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Austin Wobrock, the batter. Wild Things up 4-1. And Moore steps off as he doesn't like his sign. 2 runs in this inning for the Washington Wild Things as Andrew Heck had an RBI triple, followed by an RBI single with 2 outs by Justin Fox. Moore's pitch, and it's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Wild Things lead 4-1. Moore set. And the 1-2. And this one's fouled away, so the count sticks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 2 outs. Wild Things lead 4-1. Justin Fox, the runner at second. Jamal Austin at first. As Austin Wobrock looking to add more insurance for the Wild Things. Moore set. Checks second, the pitch. And this ball fouled off. Count sticks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 2 outs. Bottom 7. Wild Things up 4-1. Wobrock the lefty versus Moore the lefty. Moore set. And the 1-2. Outside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, just past 9 o'clock here at Consol Energy Park. Wild Things with the 4-1 lead over the Lake Erie Crushers, looking to hand Lake Erie their first loss of the season. Moore set in the 2-2. And this one's chopped to second. Handled by Constantino. He throws on to first, and the side is retired. But 2 runs coming in the inning for the Wild Things on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. And after 7, the score. Your Wild Things lead it 4-1. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
We're back here on MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. Going on to the top of the 8th, your Wild Things currently lead this one 4-1 as Devin Davis will return on the mound. He came in the 7th inning, had a bases loaded jam, but was able to get out of it as he got the 5-4-3 double play by Max Casper to end the inning. 2 runs in last inning for the Washington Wild Things on the Andrew Heck RBI triple that scored Jimmy Yezzo after Yezzo led off the inning with a double. Then, with 2 outs, Justin Fox chopped an RBI single just over the head of the pitcher to the shortstop. The throw to first wasn't in time, and that scored the 4th run of the game for the Wild Things. The Wild Things would get another base runners. Jamal Austin walked, and then Austin Wobrock grounded out to second to end the inning. And on Thursday, fans can enjoy several special offers. On Thursdays, the Wild Things are offering a 2-for-1 ticket. Stop by the box office to get yours. And also, there's a 4 for $44 offer. It includes 4 reserved seat tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 bags of chips, and 4 small soft drinks. Normally a $76 package, just $44 every Thursday. The Wild Things are home this summer. Leading off for the Lake Erie Crushers here in the 8th will be the leadoff man, Connor Oliver. Oliver today, 1 for 3. Davis setting the pitch, squaring around, and takes the first pitch for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Wild Things lead 4-1 in the top of the 8th. Davis the lefty versus Oliver the lefty. Davis's pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count. As we said, Davis in some trouble last inning, but able to get out of it, getting the double play with the bases loaded and 1 out. Davis looks into McKeon and time's called. As Oliver steps out and adjusts his batting gloves. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, top 8. Davis looks in. He's set in the and it will be caught by Connor Oliver for out number 1. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Wild Things currently up 4-1 as Rodriguez flies out to center field. And that'll bring up Dave Popkins. Wild Things 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Popkins today 0 for 3. The pitch outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0, and that's low ball 1. Or ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 the count on Popkins. Godotti setting the pitch. And that's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Devin Davis got the last out of last inning on a strikeout. Ricky Rodriguez flies out to start the 8th for the Wild Things, a 2-1. This one grounded to second. Constantino over there will throw on to first, and that's out number 2. 4-3 on the putout, quickly 2 away for the Wild Things, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Jimmy Yezzo. Yezzo today, part of that 2-run 7th inning, led off the inning with a double. So Yezzo steps in. The first pitch to him is chopped to first. Beckwith can't handle it. Recovery. Not in time as Jimmy Yezzo gets in there. We'll see if they give Yezzo a hit or an error on Beckwith. Waiting for the call. Meanwhile, the Wild Things will have a runner at first with 2 away. And that'll bring up Andrew Heck. But not before manager Chris Moggiardo comes to talk to the umpire. It is an error, so E3. And there will be no pitching changes. He just talks to the umpire and goes back to the dugout. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Jimmy Yezzo on first after reaching on the error. Godotti on the mound facing Andrew Heck. Righty on righty. As the runner at first, Jimmy Yezzo reached on an error by first baseman William Beckwith. Godotti steps off and calls time as something flew over the outfield wall and into the stands. And that is recovered and thrown off the field. Bottom 8, 2 outs. Yezzo at first, he reached on the error by Beckwith. Godotti set, the pitch to Heck. And this one grounded to short. Casper has it, goes the short way to second, and that's out number 3. 6-4 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, or 1 error in the inning, and a man left. And after 8, the score, Wild Things 4, Lake Erie 1. Wild Things will look to win it here in the top of the 9th. Keep it tuned right here to the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive whip peel playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
PA Leadership Charter School is a proud sponsor of the Washington Wild Things. PALCS is a tuition-free online public school for K-12 students. PALCS can help your child hit a home run in their education through flexibility, student-to-teacher interaction, and socialization opportunities. Go to PALCS.org for more information. Go Wild Things!
PA Leadership Charter School. Lead, don't follow.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network's coverage of Washington Wild Things baseball. On to the top of the 9th. Your Wild Things lead it by a score of 4-1. And in to save is Andrew Wick on the mound for the Washington Wild Things. Wick enters this game 2 saves on the season, appearing in his 5th game. There's a 4.50 ERA, allowed 2 earned runs, 4 runs total on 5 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Wick looking to pick up his 3rd save of the 2016 season. For Davis, good work out of the bullpen. 2 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 2 hits. Did not allow a run. And Wick here in the ninth facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters, William Beckwith, Juan Avila, and Daniel Aldrich, looking to collect his third save of this 2016 season. Tomorrow's game can be heard 5:05 first pitch here on the MSA Sports Network. Brandon Hinkle takes the mound for your Washington Wild Things, hopefully trying to get a series victory over these Lake Erie Crushers. Wild Things currently lead this one 4-1. So MSA Sports Network tomorrow, 5:05, will have your first pitch. It's also Bark in the Park night. So bring your canine friends out here to Consol Energy Park to enjoy the baseball game. Bark in the Park, Kids Club Days, lots going on tomorrow night. 5:05 first pitch on the MSA Sports Network. Wick, the pitcher for the Wild Things, trying to get through this, trying to pick up his third save of 2016. As William Beckwith steps in, Beckwith today 0 for 2 with a walk. Wick staring into his catcher, McKeon. He's setting the pitch. And that's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Wick standing in at 5'10", 180. He's setting the pitch. And this one chopped up the middle. Handled there by Wobrock. Wobrock throws on the first. And that's out number 1. 6-3 on the putout. Excuse me, that's not Andrew Wick on the mound. It's Trevor Foss. Foss has 2 starts on the season, 1-1, 3.46 ERA, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 12 hits, 5 runs, 6 earned. So Foss looking to get the save here for the Wild Things. It's not Andrew Wick. And Foss will face Juan Avila. Avila, the third baseman for the Crushers. 0 for 3, Foss's pitch. And this one grounded to short. Wobrock handles it, throw to first, and that's out number 2. 2 away here for the Lake Erie Crushers, down to their last chance, and that'll bring up Daniel Aldrich. Aldrich today 0 for 2. Trevor Foss in the game, looking for his first save of 2016. Foss has started 2 games this year for the Wild Things, started game 2 of the Joe Liette series, and pitching here on the mound now. Looking to collect the 4th win of the season for the Wild Things. Foss set, the first pitch. And it's a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to the Lake Erie right fielder. The crowd on their feet here at Consol Energy Park, the 1-0. And this one hit to center field. Austin going over, he can't make the catch, it goes to the wall. Aldrich around first, he's heading to second. Aldrich going to take the turn and head for third. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. And it'll skip past, but Trevor Foss backing up, so no shot for Aldrich to move up. So it's a 2-out triple. As Lake Erie trying to get some life here, down 3. That'll bring up the second baseman, Brendan Constantino. Constantino 1 for 2 with a single, or 1 for 3 with a single. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Wild Things looking to secure the win, up 4-1. Foss wants a new ball, doesn't like the ball he got to start this one. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Wild Things looking for win number 4 on the 2016 season. Foss looking to McKeon, he's set. And the pitch. This one grounded to third. Diving stop by Rodriguez. Gets to his 3. Throw to first and the game's over. Put it in the books. Oh no, Carcasi dropped it. So a run does score. A single for Brendan Constantino. Thought that one was going to end the game, but Carcasi can't hang on to it. It's now 4-2. 4-2. That brings up Parks Jordan, the left fielder. He represents the tying run. Jordan 1 for 3 with a single. Foss set. Checks Constantino at first. And the pitch. Outside ball 1. They're giving an error to Scott Carcasi at first for not being able to hold on to that throw. 1 ball, no strikes. Foss set. And the 1-0 coming. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count on the left fielder, Jordan. Trevor Foss in, looking to secure the victory. There's a lot of run in the inning already. It's 4-2. Foss set. And the 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crushers down to their last strike on the night. Foss on the season, 5 strikeouts to this point. In 13 innings pitched. Foss looking into McKeon. He's set. Checks first. The 1-2. And this one hit foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2, 2 outs. Trevor Foss on the mound. Runner at first is Brendan Constantino. He reached on the error by Scott Carcasey. Foss looking into McKeon. He's set. The 1-2 coming. Taking off is Constantino. It's outside a ball. No throw to second. Stolen base for Brendan Constantino. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Jordan, the left fielder. Foss, the righty, versus the lefty, Jordan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and McKeon will go out to talk to Foss. 2-2, 2 outs. Wild Things lead 4-2 here in the top of the ninth, looking to secure their 4th win of the season and hand Lake Erie their first loss. Tomorrow's game can be heard at 5:05 here on the MSA Sports Network. Foss is set. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, but the ball's in the dirt, and that'll allow Jordan to get to first. So a strikeout. However, Parks Jordan reaches, giving the Crushers another out and the tying run at first base, and that'll bring up Max Casper. Max Casper, the batter. Casper today, 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Trevor Foss looking to secure the win. First and third for the Crushers with 2 outs. Foss got the first 2 outs quickly and now has gotten hit a little bit. He's set. The pitch. And it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Wild Things lead 4-2. Runners at first and third for the Lake Erie Crushers. Casper represents the go-ahead run. Foss trying to get him out. He's set. The 1-0 from Foss. And that's inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Trevor Foss, 2 starts for the Wild Things this year, 13 innings pitched. Trying to close this game out. 2-0. Wild Things lead 4-2. Foss set. And the 2-0. And that's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count from Consol Energy Park. Top 9, Wild Things lead 4-2. An error by Scott Carcasey extended this inning. Here's the pitch. This ball grounded to second. Fox has it. Throw on to first, and you can put it in the books. The Washington Wild Things win. Final score, Wild Things 4, Crushers 2. We'll be right back here on the MSA Sports Network. Washington Wild Things postgame show coming up. Final score, Wild Things win this one 4-2. You're listening to Washington Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose Pro Grass, first in turf. Pro Grass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the Pro Grass Performance System. Pro Grass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call Pro Grass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. Pro Grass, first in turf.
We're back here, Washington Wild Things postgame show after the Wild Things victory. They defeat the Lake Erie Crushers tonight by a score of 4-2, hand the Crushers their first loss of the 2016 season. Your Washington Wild Things player of the game, Andrew Heck, 2 for 4 on the night, a double, a triple, and an RBI. He provided a big insurance run in the 7th inning, putting the Wild Things up at that point by a score of 3-1. He also scored in the inning, and the Wild Things win this game 4-2. So your player of the game, Andrew Heck. The Wild Things get their 4th win of the season, improve to 4-4, and they will conclude this series with the Lake Erie Crushers tomorrow night, Game 3, scheduled for 5:05 first pitch. Brandon Hinkle will be on the mound for the Wild Things as they look for a series win. Also, come out and support your Wild Things. Bark in the Park night, bring your puppy out. And also, Kids Club Day, dogs, kids, and baseball. What more could you want here at Consol Energy Park in Washington, Pennsylvania? So, the Wild Things win this one 4-2. Be sure to tune into MSA Sports Network tomorrow for more Wild Things baseball. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Zach Ziegler. Wild Things win this one. Final score, Washington 4, Lake Erie 2. You've been listening to Wild Things baseball here on the MSA Sports Network.